I am. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to day 5 of Salesforce Experience Cloud class. Today, we're going to be looking at user creation and authentication. Just to run through what we've done already in the previous week. So on the left-hand side is everything that we have done. We covered the Experience Cloud basics. We learned about workspaces and all of its components, which includes the builder, knowledge articles, moderation, gamification, and reputation. Then we also looked at the different Service Cloud features that you can use in Experience Cloud. And then we learned about licenses, Salesforce CMS, CMS Connect, channel sales and PRM. And then we added the chats agent to the Experience Cloud. So on the left is what we're going to continue with today, user creation and authentication. And this fulfills the user creation and authentication requirements in the exam outline, covering these topics, describe the different ways users can be created, such as manual, data loader, self-registration, and just-in-time provisioning. Given a scenario, determine how to properly set up a user for an experience, describe options for single logon, apply the steps for enabling partner and customer users for experiences, identify how to grant users access to an experience. So we will look at these 5 main topics today, which are the user access, user creation or user provisioning, self-registration, single logon, just-in-time provisioning. Then we'll have a quiz at the end and then the assignment for the week. So just wanted to do a recap of what we've learned so far that would help us in today's class. So on the first day, we learned about the types of users, which are the external users and the internal users. And the external users are the users who you would have to grant access to access your Experience Cloud site, while internal users are the employees of the organization. Then under external users, you have the customer and partners, who both require Experience Cloud licenses. And then you have the guest user. So the guest user has public access to your site. When your site is enabled for public access, the guest user is an authenticated user and requires no license to access your Experience Cloud site. Then the types of licenses that we're going to be focusing on. So under the customer licenses are the customer community license, the customer community plus license, and then under partner license is the partner community license. So I'll want to head into the org to show you these licenses. So we'll launch our main org. And then in order to know how many licenses the organization has, you can find that in the company information, which is under company settings and then company information. Or you can simply just type company information in the search bar. So this is the company information, and under here you have user licenses. So let's expand this to show us everything. So starting with the first, which is a customer community license, we can find that here. And the status is active. Total number of licenses we get in the dev org is 5. Used licenses, we haven't used any, and the 5 is still remaining. So you get the same information for all the licenses. So this is a customer community license. Then the customer community plus is here. And then the partner community license is here. So remember we talked about a license, an external license being a member-based or a login-based. So these ones I pointed out to you right now are the member-based licenses. For the login-based licenses, they are also here. So for customer community, you will see the customer community login. That's it right here. So we get the same amount, 5 licenses. Then for the customer community plus login, we also have that here, also 5. And for the partner community login, we also have that here. Okay, let's go back to the slides. So user access. What do we need to do to grant users access to the Experience Cloud site? So let's go through considerations or things that you have to think about or do before you actually grant users access. So external users cannot access Salesforce data directly. They must access the data through the Experience site. These users require the necessary licenses to access the Experience Cloud site. The user creating the external user must have a role in the org. So what this means is that the user, who can be the administrator in our case today, so the user must have a role. So this is the administrator, the system administrator, that's in my name. And you can see that it doesn't have a role. So this needs to be set up before you can start adding users. Okay, then for the 4th point, so check off allow using standard external profiles for self-registration, user creation, and login in digital experiences settings. So to be able to create a user, so it has that option, user creation here. This box needs to be checked off here. Then best practice is to clone the existing external user profiles and use the clone versions. So let me show you the settings and then the clone, describe the cloning. So for the settings, so we go to digital experiences, go to settings, and then check off the box, which is here, right here. Okay, which is right here. So check that off. Say okay, and then save. So for the second point, to clone the existing user profiles, we can do that. So if we go to profiles, So if we go to profiles, the same way we have those licenses is the same way there is a profile for each of them. So the customer community user has a profile here. Customer community user login should also have a profile here. Let me see. Okay, I guess I missed it on the first page. So, oh yes, so it's right here. So customer community user has a profile. Customer community login user has a profile. Customer community plus user has a profile. And customer community plus